Shelter Island Marina here is we are located about 7 miles from Steveston or 14 miles from Sandheads. We encompass here about 25 acres on land and another 9 acres in the water. So it makes us one of the largest private boatyards in British Columbia, and we are primarily a freshwater marina. Well, my dad was fortunate enough here. He was always had a keen eye for real estate and spotted this property here in the 1960s. It was a cattle farm and horse farm, and he slowly evolved it over the years to had a vision here that we were protected by some islands out in the river here, and thought it would be a perfect spot for a Shelter Island Marina. And started off in 1979 as a small little 50-boat marina powered by a generator. First in the moorage side here, we were one of the first marinas here to hook up to cable vision and lots of power, 30 and 50 amp power when it wasn't that common 20 years ago. We started with a 60-ton travel lift in 1979, and you know, we used to do a lot of the smaller gill netters at that time and some pleasure boats. And over the years it's evolved to, as we added the larger travel lift, and we saw the fishing industry go to the larger vessels, so we've gone more to larger pleasure boats, large commercial boats, fish boats, seine boats, crabbers, all types, a lot of tugboats. Another thing that makes us unique here at Shelter Island is having a boatyard this size and the land mass we do have and the services we have here, from a full-service pub and restaurant, liquor store, laundromat, coffee shop. We also provide short-term storage, long-term storage for people doing larger projects. So some people do total refits on their boats that take anywhere from 30 days to 6 months. Speaking more on the boatyard side, what makes us really unique here, standing out from everybody else, is we're a truly open yard where a person can come here, whether they're a sailboater, powerboater, whether they're a fisherman or a tugboat person. They're welcome to bring their crews or their friends to work on their boats themselves. We have about 25 on-site businesses here that provide all the services that somebody might expect here, from welding to fiberglass repairs, cleaning, woodwork. We still do a lot of old-fashioned wood boats here that you don't see that much anymore, and a lot of other sort of services here that are too many to name. I love boating in British Columbia. I think it's one of the best areas in all of North America. I've been fortunate enough to travel to a lot of boating areas in Southern California and Florida, and I think Southern British Columbia has some of the best boating waters in the world. Very protected from the northern part of Vancouver Island right down to Puget Sound and near Seattle. There's hundreds of islands you can visit, anchorages, major cities if you want to, or just find a little anchorage to have some peace and quiet. Well, it's always nice being a boater myself to work around boats, and you just see people who are working on boats, from both the fishermen who obviously enjoy what they do, people who work on tugboats, but seeing the pleasure boaters, both power and sailboaters, working on their boats. You can see the passion they have in their boats and the work they put into it. And we like to extend that to ourselves, to our staff, and most of them are boaters themselves. And they have a real passion for it, passion for keeping the customers happy, knowing what they need, from the parts to services to just a place to get out of the rain and enjoy a cup of coffee.